Abba, Yahuwah, I come before you today in prayer and petition, in worship and in love. I have a particular request today, and I come to supplicate for mercy at your hands. At the foot of your mercy seat, I humbly come before you in awe and in reverence. This prayer is for myself and for all who are listening, for all who are in the TI programming, MK Ultra survivors, all SRA survivors, all DID survivors, and all who are still in captivity of these satanic cults who are currently being programmed, all who are in the gifted and talented programs, and all who this prayer would apply to. And I thank you for going above and beyond and bringing healing and awareness to us all, Abba. Only you can make this life worth living, and I truly thank you for all that you have done for me. And I thank you in advance for all who you will heal and deprogram with this prayer. First off, I want to tell you that I love you with all my heart, and I recommend that the listener take a second to shower you with love as well as they hear this, and take a moment just to appreciate you. I want to take this moment to detach from the entire world, my entire life, my pains, worries, and all else in between. I let go of it all. I let go of all the details, and I just give my love to you. I give you my love, Abba, Yahuwah. You deserve so much more of our love than we know how to give, and in this moment I focus all of my love on you. And I thank you for my life, the good, bad, and all in between. I thank you for it all. Let's take a short moment to just be in His presence, invite His Spirit, and thank Him for everything, and present ourselves before Him. Thank you, Abba. I stand before the courts of heaven, and I ask that you please identify any parts, altars, identities, or programs and programming that might have been installed into us for satanic purposes by governments and satanic cults. As you identify these parts, I ask that you also draw them out of us to be presented before the courts so that you can see what has been done to us and judge justly in our favor according to your will, your love, and your mercy. I present all these parts to the courts. I present all these parts to the courts of heaven, and I ask that this ruling be applied to all listeners who this is applicable to, and all else on earth who has been programmed by these sleeper agendas as well. I pray that all trigger words or anything that would activate this programming, I pray that it be totally disabled and removed from the programmed identities, and so that no words, frequencies, sounds, images, technologies, nanotechnology, implants, devices, or anything, or any event whatsoever would trigger anyone to enter into these roles or states. In the name of Yahusha HaMashiach, I render all the scripts and programs within any nanotechnology within our bodies, I render it null and void as to disable them from all triggers. In the name of Yahusha HaMashiach, with his shed blood, I cover it all. I cover it all in the blood of our Messiah, all parts, roles, identities, programs, and programming within us that were placed into us by MK Ultra or any kind of programmers. May it all be saturated in his blood, neutralized, healed, and returned to a God-given, God-intended state once and for all. In the name of Yahusha HaMashiach, and so it is, so be it. I want to pray for mercy, Abba, mercy that you would reach in and deprogram all of us, even the perpetrators, and heal any and all parts that might have been installed into us through MK Ultra, gifted and talented programs, satanic ritual abuse, or anything else, whether it be sleeper cells, sleeper agents, sleeper assassin programs that have or haven't been activated. or whatever else might reside in us that was placed there for the purposes of using us as an asset or a weapon when the time comes by these wicked agendas and these satanic cults and governments. I pray that you please uproot all of these roles, personalities, altars, parts, and identities. Uproot them from their stasis and heal them, totally heal them, fully deprogram them and place them back in place and fill them with love. And I pray that you flood them with your living water, with love and with healing. Right now, I speak love and I speak life into them. I speak forgiveness and understanding. And I pray that you join me in nurturing them back to health. Thank you, Abba. I forgive them for anything they were programmed to do. And I pray that all of this would be totally overcome so that we never become triggered into those roles or states, whatever they might be. Abba, I don't know if this is or isn't applicable, but the information and truths that you have been showing me are pointing towards these possibilities, and it's more likely than I want to realize, and more likely than any of us want to admit. And I'm starting to think the entire targeting program is a way to keep these parts of us from healing, keep us from ever becoming aware of them, as to heal them and overcome them. I ask that you please show us mercy and deprogram all of us from anything of this nature, and fully unplug us from their satanic sleeper cell agendas. I also pray this for all perpetrators who are currently already activated into these roles, as I believe a lot of them are just programmed and carrying out their role within that programming. I believe they have already been activated. I pray that you deactivate and heal all of our sleeper identities and return us to our God-intended state. And I ask that you please go above and beyond to reach in to all of our beings and disable and fully heal all parts of us that are aligned with any agenda that is not according to your will and your plan for our lives. I thank you for looking over these parts within us all, and I pray that you use this evidence in the course of heaven and this petition from this heavenly court case, and please apply it all to all of us who this might be applicable to. Yahuwah, I just thank you. I want to thank you for your grace and mercy, and for judging justly, and for ruling in our favor to deactivate this programming from all triggers, and for healing all of these abused and programmed parts of us, so that we have full autonomy ultimately returned to us once and for all. Abba, you know that no one has the ability to consent to this programming. It is not our choice, nor is it an option that we are ever given. So I just want to thank you in advance for healing and deprogramming us, because I know that you know that all of this is unjust. And I know that you are a just ruler and a righteous judge. I praise you and I thank you for being our justice in a world so unjust. I pray that all of our parts, altars, fragments, and identities be fully healed, deprogrammed, detached from all triggers and activation, and totally healed. Totally heal them, Abba. Thank you for listening. I pray that you bring justice to us all, as we have all been literally broken into pieces through trauma-based mind control, and the fragmentation has caused an intricate web of mind control that it in itself generates more and more trauma, which causes us to break into more pieces, forming an entangled mess. We know that all things are possible with you, Abba. We also know that we are more than conquerors. I pray that all traumas, triggers, events, and programming be removed from each part of us. And I speak love, and I speak life into every cell of our bodies, into every part, fragment, and altar of us. And Yahuwah, I pray that you personally speak love into all of them as well, and take their hands and lead them out of the darkness. Thank you, Abba. I seal this prayer In the name of your Son, our Messiah, Yahushua HaMashiach, by his shed blood and finished work, by the Word, the Logos, by the power of the Ruach HaKodesh in me, by Yahuwah's testimonies, and I receive this prayer and activate it in faith, by faith, and through faith for myself and for all listening and for all who this prayer is going to bless. I receive it and I seal it across the whole earth and across the timelines of our lives, past, present, and future, to be applied indefinitely. Amen. And so it is, so be it. May you all be blessed. Endure until the end.